What is this? This is my pile of bad ammo that I've loaded over the years. I've got a variety of issues going on here, from military .308 brass that was not sized properly to bullets that are too heavy for the twist rate for a particular firearm I'm firing. Nonetheless, all of this ammo needs to get broken down and recycled, and that's where this comes in. You saw at my Frankford Arsenal SHOT Show 2020 booth visit, I talked about two tools that I'm going to be covering here on the channel. This video is going to cover the Piledriver, the new inertial bullet puller from Frankford Arsenal, and it also got the new Frankford Arsenal universal bullet seating die. So you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed with notifications, because that's going to be a really cool follow-on to this new for 2020 Frankford Arsenal video. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to get this Piledriver out of the box. We're going to mount it to the wall, and we're going to pull some of this bad ammo. So what we've got here is the Piledriver unit itself, and then we've got carriers. These are the quick change inserts that hold the ammunition that's being broken down. We've got one that fits up to 30-06 cases in terms of case rim diameter, and one that goes from 30-06 up to 338 Lapua. Okay, so here we go. I have not gotten this out of the box yet. Have not seen how this is packaged. Looks pretty straightforward there. Okay, there we go. It kind of looks like a can crusher that you'd have mounted to the wall, but obviously it serves a very different purpose. I think that's the shortest unboxing I've ever done. I'm going to get this mounted to the wall. We're going to get out these carriers. We're going to break down some ammo. So I just finished mounting the Piledriver to my wall. You're just going to need a couple things. I would recommend using a drill driver with an extended bit or a bit extender, because some of these screws are a little bit difficult to get into. They're Phillips screw heads, and you're just going to drive the first one in, make sure that you get it level. I used this inexpensive torpedo level here to make sure that I was level, and then you can start to screw in the other screws. You're going to be able to get all but 2 screws in with the unit as it comes out of the box. Then you're going to have to take the carrier. This is the small up to 30-06 carrier. Insert it and then lock it. Then you can lift the handle, which exposes the spots for the other 2 screw heads there. If you have to only use 4 screws, they recommend all of the linear screws here, not the side screws, but I thought it would be a good idea to install them all. Then we can slowly lower this handle, and boom. That is how it works. So now let's break down some ammo. So for a rifle breakdown demo, we're going to take some of this suspect .308 Winchester ammo. This is actually 7.62 by 51 that was improperly sized, as I mentioned previously, and we're going to break that down into the components. I've already tested this out a little bit, and I found this setup to work well, where I've got broken down bullets here, broken down powder here, and broken down brass here. So what we've got is the carrier. We're going to start for each breakdown sequence by peeling back this lid, and then we're going to push the cartridge in until it clicks. We're then going to move over to the Piledriver and then lock the unit like this, raise the handle, lower it. It's going to pop right around there, and sometimes it needs a couple rounds. That time it was only one. We've got a release lever right here. Here's what's cool about this tool is we've got this little cartridge here. It's a cup that holds the components, and there's a little foam plug in the bottom that keeps the bullet from impacting too hard. So we're going to take out the bullet. We're going to dump the powder, click that back into place. Got to get it in the appropriate orientation, and it just clicks up like that. Okay, we're going to unlock the carrier. Now we need to push the shell casing out. And what I've found to work well is to get, you could use a dowel. I've got a aluminum rod here, and we're just going to push gently until it pops it out like so. That's going to make that pretty much an effortless task. So on to the next one, click it in place, flip the little window down, lock it into place, arm the unit, drop it. Okay, we see we didn't get a result that time, so we're just going to give it one more tap. Boom. We've got our components. bullet, powder, and our shell casing. So once you get into a groove, it's a pretty fast process. We're going to be able to work through this ammo in no time. Next, let's take a look at pistol. For pistol ammo breakdown, I thought we'd look at something a little bit different. Something with a rim. So we're going to break down some 44 mag ammo. And again, the process is more or less the same. We're going to flip up this little guard here. We're going to push the round in. It's going to click into place. We then put this in place, lock it, and then we're going to go ahead and go through a number of impacts. I found this to take about 3 or 4. 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's a stubborn one there. Okay, wow, that took quite a few. That means we've got a really heavy crimp on that dude. So we've got the bullet, powder again. Container back there, unlock this guy. And again, we're going to use this little metal rod here, it's an aluminum rod, to push the case out. And one more time. So we're going to push this up through the expanding collet. There we go. Put the entire unit into Piledriver. Lock the carrier. That took 4, okay, that time. And again, bullet, powder, cup goes back, and then we're gonna push shell casing out of the carrier. Again, it's a quick process, and like anything else, you're gonna develop a rhythm. I will note as well that if we need to go beyond the traditional 308/30-06 case rim, we've got the large carrier, which is going to go from 30-06 on the small side all the way up to 338 Lapua Magnum on the big side. Okay, one more pistol demo. This is 38 special ammunition. It's got a lead bullet and a little bit lighter crimp. I wanted to see if things were going to behave any differently. Smaller diameter is going to pop in there a little bit easier. Lock this baby. Gets it in one impact. And there we go. We've got our bullet, some unique powder, and then let's get this shell casing out. A little bit less tension on the collet because it's a smaller diameter shell casing. So you can see with pistol ammunition, it's going to be quick, it's going to be easy, and it's a lot less infuriating than using the impact hammer. So that gives you a good idea of what it takes to set up and use the Piledriver from Frankford Arsenal. This is new for 2020. One thing I didn't show you in the video is there's a hose barb right here. You could hook up some clear hose, have that go to a catch bin, and then you'll get a bulk pile of powder and bullets that are easily separated. One less thing to deal with each time you put a cartridge through this bullet puller. I've used the on-press collet type bullet pullers, the hammer type inertial bullet pullers, and now this Piledriver. Each have their pros and cons. What I like about the Piledriver is it's very flexible, it's very ergonomic to use. You don't have to kneel on the ground and hammer the floor and hope that the hammer doesn't bust in half. I've never had that happen, and I've been really surprised, actually. And it doesn't leave any marks on the bullets like the collet type press-mounted bullet pullers may. So here's what I want to know is, what do you think of this Piledriver? How does it compare to what you're currently using? Are you thinking about getting one? Drop a comment and we'll start a discussion. Also, don't forget to subscribe with notifications because I got a lot more Frankford Arsenal and related content coming up. Finally, you'll find links in the video description. I'm on Patreon. Any support you can provide would be great. I've also got a link to a full article that has links to product pages and so on. I've got shirts here at the Ultimate Reloader store and some DVDs. Anyways, any support you can provide would be most appreciated. Until next time, happy shooting and happy reloading.